The murderous Prince Feng Pai. It's turned. But he is crazy. In the eyes of Yi Xiaoyu, it's a man-eating flower with honey in its mouth. If you are not careful, there will be no bones left. Just now, Yi Xiaoyu, who was covered by the male protagonist's breath all the way, almost suffocated. Unexpectedly, the other party finally chose to plate it with his mouth. This makes the unprepared leafy fish immediately blushed. And this move, until the Supreme Emperor's personal guards leave this place, almost embarrassed by the clear hemp leaf fish. To be honest, your skills are not very good. Somewhat awkward, he whispered. Unexpectedly, the man suddenly covered him up. He raised his hand and rewarded him directly on the forehead. Brain collapse. The painful leaf fish covered its head and cried for a while. This old man is definitely taking the opportunity to get revenge on me. At this time, there is a thunderstorm outside the hall. Jiang Huilin, who did not believe that his brother intended to rebel, kneeling outside the hall, praying for pity over and over again. Yi Xiaoyu knew that it had come to this point at this time. There is no turning back. With the temperament of the emperor, I will never let these two brothers go. My lord, how on earth are you going to break this mess? Not long, the news of Zhang Huailan Wanju came from the store. But the Supreme Emperor didn't take it seriously at all. Two ungrateful little bastards. I'm not dead yet. The next second, there was a tingling pain in his chest. The old guy looked behind him in disbelief. His eyes were full of shock and unwillingness. But it was too late. Quickly pull out the long sword from the warehouse. Clean up the remaining few people. Then he came to the Empress Dowager, who had already been dislodged from the beach. Make it quiet. Approaching Kang Waterfall. Queen Mother, do you think if the Empress Dowager knew about this, what will happen? He will tear you to pieces. Who knew that he would leave the warehouse without fear and very calm? Yes, my brothers will be torn to pieces. And the Empress Dowager. Then another son of King Pan will be elected to the throne. If I remember correctly, Empress Dowager, you and your maiden family Su Mansion. It seems that the relationship with other Pan kings is not good. The Empress Dowager heard the words. Instant master. If the Empress Dowager chooses the other three kings to succeed, then you will never get ahead. Raise Rikora's eyebrows, secretly skimming towards Empress Dowager Yi Xiaoyu, who was hiding by the side. You know, I am still the son-in-law of your Su family. I have been very in love with Fang Yi since I got married. Yes, Empress Dowager Ming and Zu's nephew. It's very grateful. At this moment, Chuan Chang actress Su Fangyi's Yi Xiaoyu was speechless. Who is so wonderful and in love with you? It's a lie. The Queen Mother also understands the life and death of her and the Su family. It's all in the hands of those who will leave the warehouse. Tell me what you want to do. Very clear. This Supreme Emperor has eaten a lot of golden elixirs. Suddenly vomited blood to death. I think it was the wizard who did something evil. The Queen Mother must catch the real murderer. Give the world an explanation. Yi Xiaoyu held the dagger that came before. Cold sweat. I rely on this monster, it's terrible. How can I still have a chance to start? Yi Xiaoyu, who returned safely to King Zu's mansion the next day, lying in bed without a clue. Now he can't dance. There is also no blessing of the golden finger and the system. Even the only plot I know. It was also completely messed up because of the death of the Supreme Emperor. So this male protagonist also killed a hammer. At this moment, Yi Xiaoyu just wants to smash. Better to go to bed early and get up early. Try to outlive him. When will the male protagonist be sick? Give him a bowl of Dowling potion. Leafy fish immersed in a fantasy world. Giggle. Completely oblivious to someone walking up to him. Play with the pear warehouse handle. I don't know what made the princess so happy. Can you share it with my aunt? The scared Yi Xiaoyu rubbed it. Sit up, when did you come in? Manhwa smiles. The princess saw me so panicked. Is it because you don't know how to answer those questions? No hurry, I'm very lonely today. No matter what joke the princess tells, Auntie will accompany you to the end. Yi Xiaoyu looked at the person in front of him in shock. This guy is too high. How can it be so easy to deceive him? So he just rotted to the end. I'm sorry for what King Su wanted to know. I won't say a word. The man's face turned gloomy when he heard the words. The cold eyes seemed to want to eat people. Yi Xiaoyu is very calm this time. I won't say it. What can you do to me? Now that I know so many important secrets, I'm afraid the prince doesn't want me to become a dead man either. What's more, your covenant with the Queen Mother is not secure. And I am from the Su family. At this time, the Queen Mother must not feel. What's your opinion on the Su family? Yi Xiaoyu provoked fearlessly. Unexpectedly, the man suddenly laughed out loud and the princess misunderstood. It's too late to thank you for your father. How can it be difficult for you? Thanks to the princess's carelessness yesterday, only a husband can save a life. Even His Majesty is very grateful and admired by the princess. Then he clapped his hands twice. Delicious and delicious dishes are presented in front of you. These are the delicacies personally selected for my husband. Deposit for the princess's kidney. I heard that the princess did not eat after returning to the house last night. I'm worried that you are unwell. It has been passed on to the imperial doctor. A man smiles like a crescent moon, very different from the image of the past. Yi Xiaoyu swooshed to the front, staring at each other. You are now a husband. Are you trying to seduce me?